Okay, hello everyone who just joined in this really late stream today. Today is the finale of the second season of the Geometrical podcast. Finally, after the summer streak I had. So in today's episode, I'll have a really special guest, gmdblue, who is the founder of the Dashers podcast. And it is actually funny to have a podcast host in a podcast. So, okay, so you are unmuted. Say hello.
Hello?
Okay, so,
Hello.
yeah, how are you feeling?
Pretty good. Feeling fine, you know. This is just a good break from my work ethic.
Yeah,
I'm
actually, yeah.
excited to be here, to say the least. It's a change.
Yeah, I'm actually glad to hear that. So, okay, let's jump into the general question I'm asking everyone here.
Go for it.
But before that, I'll ask other one because it is a special episode, it's a finale, and you're a special guest. Why did you choose to make a podcast in the first place in the GD community, and why did you choose the format with the where you're not the only host but you hosting with other people?
So the thing is with the Dasher podcast is that over the years, it's been like what 10 years since GD came out now, over
11,
10. There's
almost.
always been wow, even longer. There's always been people who have tried, and there's very early recollections of this from like 2016. Trusta tried to do it, but all the people that had tried to do it like didn't pursue it, which is understandable because GD is already a niche thing as it is. The way it originated is I was in a stream. I was in a call with Finn FNMO4 while he was doing a live stream like a year ago or however long it's been now. And we were just talking about like the politics of GD, and I was like, why don't we turn this into like a thing? Why don't we just make a podcast? And so then I got the idea to I mean, like they are a part of this too, but initially it was my idea to sit down and make it. And if it wasn't me, it would have been Finn or Iced Cave. More likely Finn. But we sat down and we came up. The Dasher podcast. That name is actually recycled from an old Twitter account that I made with the plans of making something that could stir up the GD news space on Twitter. So you know how there's Geometry Dash Today on Twitter if you use
Yeah,
Twitter.
yeah,
I wanted to make one called the Dasher, but I never did that. I made the Twitter account, but I didn't really do much with it because it just. I guess I had a brainwave to make it and then realized that this is kind of a waste of my time. Like, I don't need to do this. I could be so much more productive doing something else. So I scrapped that, and then I just reused the name and just put podcast on it. So the Dasher podcast, pretty simple.
yeah.
And to answer like the main question, GD has never really had something like this, albeit something like this pursue itself. There's always been attempts, like Trusta tried it and a couple other people tried it. But like there just wasn't one, literally. And it felt like I could really get in on it. And so Finn and Ice Cave and I just started doing it, and we just haven't stopped.
By the way, I can't remember. Is there an attempt to make a live podcast, not the in video form, but in live?
Oh, like an in person?
Yeah. No. I mean like on stream.
Right.
I saw only like the videos of it, like that got on that prepared like a general video. So I didn't saw any live podcast like on the stream like you do and I do.
Yeah, exactly. People just don't do them. I mean, I don't know. It's such a weird space to begin with, like podcasting in GD, because there's not a lot of people that are older, an older demographic. It's a lot of like high schoolers and middle schoolers who like don't really care, but it's there for people who do. So
Yeah, exactly. I started my podcast on 30th of September, a little bit earlier than your podcast. And it is like
I don't remember when I started. I have no idea.
like and I see this coincidence like how stars aligned that two minds from different countries, from different parts of the world decided to make something similar.
I mean, mathematically, it's just a good coincidence, right? Like, so we started in October, yeah. So it's about like a month later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a funny thing.
Yeah, I wanted to make this podcast only for the Russian and CIS audience, but I decided to move to the more general audience, to English part of the community, because they have more interesting people, I'd say the least.
Right.
Yeah, like many
Yeah.
people said, like starting conquering the English side of the community with Extrula was a banger move. Because it's like
I mean, I think that's how I figured out about it.
what?
I think that's how I figured out about this podcast. I think that, or did you DM me? I can't remember. I think I remember seeing that because rarely I would look up like GD podcasts to see if there's other ones because it's like it just didn't fucking exist. I don't know if I can swear on here. It didn't exist.
Yeah, you can swear. Yeah.
But yeah, and that's how I found yours. I think.
I
It's hard to
DM'd you.
track, but
I DM'd you too. Like to yeah, I DM'd you like yo, I did just a podcast with Extrula, or Eric Whittleman, I guess with Extrula, and like yo, can you check it? Like I'm
yeah,
I'm new
I
here.
see it
Yeah,
now. Mhm.
yeah. So I
Yeah, I just
guess
gave you feedback.
yeah, I guess it's like played out, and we are sitting here speaking about this topic. But
Right.
yeah. So, the most general question here: how did you started play Jump Dash, and why did you choose this game to like move on it like further?
So I don't remember if I found the game or if somebody showed me the game because the earliest memories I have of it are in the 7th grade in middle school. It was just like the same old story, just like lunch table rivalry. Somebody at the table's better, and we all were competing to be the best at the lunch table. I can't remember if somebody showed it to me or if I just found it. I think I saw people playing it. Because I think I already knew about it, but like didn't care for it. But then I started playing it, and I was pretty on and off with it. But in the following years that I discovered the game, I always just kept coming back to it, and it's because it has this oddly addicting nature.
Yeah, I
At least
agree.
it did back then. Not so much anymore to me personally, but I just never really strayed away from it too much back then. And I ended up just getting lucky in the community and found a voice, I guess.
I guess we have some sort of similar story, but I playing this game from 1.1. I guess.
Yeah, I'm not that old.
So yeah, I saw almost everything, but in the community I was like from 1.8 to 1.9 when it's like when this game actually banks because of 1.9 because it launched on PC
Yep.
on the Steam, so it got too much hype for a game like this, and I was like genuinely happy because the silly game I was playing for several years are getting recognition, and I wanted to leave this community. I wanted to leave the game like when it was like 1.8, but I saw that like in 1.9 many people are coming, and I said like fuck it, I'm staying here until it dies, I guess.
Wasn't the game like super underground before then?
Yes,
Because I
exactly.
mean, like it was, because like it was popular, but like beyond people making videos about like playing it at a very surface level, like nobody really cared about the rest.
Yeah,
Like
it is
you
actually
had to be super dedicated.
yeah, it's like really underground for the time. It was popular in Korea, and
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like in Korea it was popular back time, like GD World. Yeah, come on. So like in Russia, we had a full PDA forum page for this game. I remember it. I didn't have an account back then, but I saw some familiar faces like Lyot, who make some several easy demons right now, like Fear of Presence. I guess I don't remember the name correctly, but he was like an old, and he have like easy demons that on the first and second page of the most liked. So yeah, it have some people. I remember seeing like Nubas active.
New boss.
Yeah, on VK. He is a Russian too. So yeah,
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
and Alex Payne, but I didn't saw them. Like I remember like we sitting with the Vernon, and he showed me like when he messaged Alex Payne, and actually Alex Payne is not that simple man. He actually a little bit aggressive towards people. So
Really? Not
yeah,
in my experience.
yeah, but like with his when he was like a nobody in this community. So
Okay.
yeah, it is like before the general stuff that happens with him. So yeah, like I saw that it's actually he was a little bit aggressive, like for nothing, and I was like, okay, fine, I guess. Like people can change. It was like almost 10 years ago, so I
Probably
can't
just had a
judge.
bad day or something.
What?
Probably just had like a horrible day that day or something.
Maybe. So yeah, um, the thing about the geometry test itself, as you said, it is addictive.
Oh yeah.
And like I always said when we speaking about the history of the game itself, I always said that the Geometry Dash have a unique story, like an indie project that lives for 11 years. You can't like imagine this date, like Minecraft existing for 15. And Minecraft is like a AAA project right now, so
Yeah, G just kind of like doesn't go away.
I guess
Literally.
it won't like in like several years, like 5 years. I guess it won't fade away because like Robto have money from this, and why did he abandon this project with such a passionate community?
I mean, we got close in 2018 though, right?
Yeah, it is like
That motherfucker literally just wasn't anywhere. That shit.
Yeah, I remember.
That dude was just nowhere. And then the second he was somewhere, it was in some YouTube comment section from some like famous YouTuber playing GD, and everyone else in the dedicated part of the community is just screaming at him like, "Fuck off, dude! Say something! Like, give us something!" And like he didn't give a shit. It was so funny. It was kind of funny, but it was also kind of like, come on, man.
I am glad that he opened up to the community. He was open like before the game blew up. Maybe he closed himself like yeah because of the rapid growth of the game, and he like locked in to provide new content and see how community will rise, and he like got in the shadows to see how the game will the game survive, or this is just a bubble that will pop. So I guess he just waited and opened up again when Pulse transfer the Discord server to him and made it official.
Yep.
Like, and I can't comprehend the fact.
That.
Yeah, I can comprehend the fact that the Geometry Dash Discord server is like was not official when it was made.
If I remember right, I think we asked Pause about that. My memory's a little faulty here, but I think it was like a level request server or something like that. And then it just like grew, and then that was it.
Yeah, it have like almost 1 million people right now after the purge.
Yeah, some ridiculous number.
Like what the fuck? The Geometry Dash Discord server is bigger than most like AAA server for AAA games or like some popular FPS games, and I was like, how?
I think you want to know why I think that is. I think it's because GD has the advantage of longevity, because all these AAA games, they don't have a vast history that spans over a decade long like GD does. Like GD doesn't need to impress anybody. And the thing with AAA games is like most big games have that spike where they're popular for a short time and then just fall off. But GD has always just been up, down, up, down, up, down. So I think that's why people are so dedicated. I think, and RobTop's lucky to have that. I think that's why it's like not completely dead.
Yeah, because it's like we can compare it to the Minecraft in terms of popularity. It too had like ups and downs always. When it was an indie project, when it was bought bought by Microsoft, it have like ups and downs. Yeah,
it is comparable to Minecraft, but I would also argue that RobTop still owns GT
yeah,
and not sold Minecraft.
yeah.
So it's like a little different there. Like, I don't know. I don't want to know what GD would look like if RobTop gave it to a developer group, but like, it would definitely be different. I'll tell you that much.
Let's go transactions. Love to see them.
Oh yeah, I think he's joked about that before.
Yeah. Feels like it's like a silly little joke that I hope will not be a reality. I hope not.
Unless he becomes like really greedy, he doesn't care.
Like he have money for like several generations right now. So
yeah, I don't think people realize how rich he actually is.
Yeah.
He's definitely the type of person who's not just gonna sit on all that money. He's definitely like putting it in places and making it so it's not sitting in a bank account all day.
I guess like
He's smarter than that.
Financially responsible. So about like I will spoke with Oniling, I guess, about this topic, but I want to speak with you, like the prominent member of GD and like the documentary channel. Wink wink. So did you
I wouldn't consider myself prominary anymore, but go ahead.
So did you thought about what will happen when Rob just consider ending the game or transfer the game to other people, someone like Viprin?
It's hard to say if that will ever really happen, but I mean, he's gonna die eventually, right?
Yeah.
Not to like jinx it, but RobTop's eventually gonna have something happen. Like maybe he'll ego lift in his gym and die on the bench press or something. I don't know, but
Hope not.
I'm honestly fairly disconnected from the community to give you a really good answer on that. The most I do anymore is the podcast right now. That's the only thing keeping me around and like, discoverable. I mean, really, that's but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think RobTop's very hesitant because he likes being independent, which is a totally valid thing. I bet if I made this from the ground up, albeit getting help from hundreds of thousands of people, and having all these dedicated groups of people that you don't even have to pay, they just do it out of their own willingness to want to do it. Like, I don't blame him for being independent, because then I bet in his mind, like, not that money's an issue, but like then it becomes people's mouths to feed, and then it becomes like a whole payroll of responsibilities, and so like it makes sense. But I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to RobTop in a very, very, very long time. The only time I talked to him was on Twitch chats, very long ago. But I'm sure he has thought about it before.
Yeah, if ever you or me like getting robbed off on the table, like for Dasher podcast or for my podcast, we need to ask him like this question because like this question is like really really interesting in terms of the I hope not foreseeable future.
I will tell you this, I have not asked him yet.
Yeah, and I'm
That's too soon.
yeah, and I'm like on the verge to have a contact. Do you remember the thing like the person who met in the guy who met him in person?
I forgot his name. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah. I asked him to like speak like if it is possible like to someday speak about my initial idea or I actually the perfect time to ask Cropto for the podcast is for after 2.21 or 2.3 like something like 2.21 is the perfect time to ask him for a podcast because it's like the new update, the 2.3 starting to like develop and shit like this, and he didn't like made the streams for a very long time, so it is a perfect time. So
I mean, Broptop's he's probably concerned about like it being streamed because he is definitely the type of person who is careful about what he says. Because if he went on something like our podcast, Finn Ice Cave and Ice podcast, like we're going to talk the same way we talk on all the other episodes. Like it's important that it's Rob Top. That would be a huge deal, but we would still just be ourselves and just have a conversation with the guy. So like I wonder if he's if I did ask him, or if I did get a way to ask him, I would be willing to wager that he either wouldn't do it, and if he was interested, he would want to have it be pre-recorded, and this maybe gets cut out of it. So, I mean, I don't know. I just haven't asked him because I don't feel like it's time for that yet.
I guess so.
For me, at least.
Yeah, for me, I'm just like getting my role in the podcast too, and I have like many people to. I have like you remember the table I've showed you, like it have like
Yeah, I saw
people
it.
to the November to the start of November, so I don't have time for him actually. But this is like will be a some sort of starting point to get to him. Like, is it actually a rivalry?
Hmm?
I mean, it is actually a rivalry. Our podcasts. I mean,
You think so?
we have like a different approach. Mine is like a more interviewish like, but like I can speak
Yeah, I was
like
gonna bring that up.
yeah, because I love like the many podcasts are like more like the interviewing a guest and like speaking on different topics with him, but like this is my vision. Like how many people do like your podcast can be like extremely funny because it is actually like a voice chat like on a stream. That's it.
Yeah, that's my vision. So,
yeah, and I'm
yeah.
glad like we have like a different approach, so people can have like can choose what they want. They want like to know about the person more, know about his opinions, or they just want to like hear and watch some silly goobers talking about some silly stuff. Yeah, and I
I
actually
mean, yeah, good point. Has there been somebody who's been on both of them yet?
yes. Oh no, Colin will be. Colin will be.
Oh, cool. Interesting.
I want a
Yeah.
I want a deep brain,
I
but
hope he enjoys it.
yeah, I hope to. I'm actually have like the crafty masterman as a guest.
Who's
Uh,
that? I'm
it,
out of the loop.
it's like a Redstone YouTuber who made like the Geometry Dash.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. He was brought up on. I think he showed up to like 2 of the episodes when we did Xylonox and somebody else. I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and he will be like a guest. I guess we are like on
Cool.
the
Cool,
virtual.
cool shit.
Yeah.
Cool shit, man.
So
No, yeah, that's cool.
yeah, because like we need something different. And did you like when you saw my channel? I guess you saw that a little special episode thing I had with Mem House.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I wanted to translate it, but I forget about this.
That's a
And
lot. It's a lot
yeah,
of effort.
yeah, but eventually I will make subtitles for every of my Russian for my Russian podcasts, just for funnies, because I am like starting teaching a teachery of English and French. So
Yeah.
it will be like a great um I guess I forgot the word, like the great opportunity to raise my skills up in this
Yeah, just to get better.
yeah, just to get better in this language. But still, the managing like podcasts on the different language is already a great start.
I mean, I'm not bilingual, so you're doing a better job than me.
Yeah,
Tell you that much.
yeah. By the way,
I tried to learn other languages. It's just hard.
yeah, what language did you try it?
Spanish, but that was like it's because you get taught it in high school,
Yeah,
and I think you have to do one. So I did Spanish. It was either that or like French or German. But I'd rather do Spanish because this was at the time when I was talking to people like Sunix a lot and people like that. So I kind of wanted to learn it anyway, but that I just stopped.
yeah. That's unfortunate, but like in Russia, we have like English as a priority second language. We should
A lot of countries have that
yeah,
now.
yeah, because like it is like an international language, so it is like considered to be like the main language to learn. So yeah, and we actually do have French or German as a secondary language to learn. So that's actually an interesting fact. Like we have like similarities in different countries.
That's already difficult because you have to relearn the alphabet because you guys grew up with Cyrillic,
Yeah,
but we use Latin, I think.
yeah, Latin like yeah, Latin, yeah. So you have like a head start.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, big time.
So
I know people who have learned Cyrillic, and it's not that hard, from what I can understand.
like the Cyrillic itself is not that hard, but the Russian language itself is hard as fuck. Like it is like actually one of the hardest language to learn because of the many different rules we have. Like some I don't even know many of them. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy for me to sit here and be like, English is the best, because I mean, it's the only language I know how to fluently speak, but English does have its caveats. But it's fine. I mean, the most people on Earth understand it, you know, and I already fluently speak it, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. But so like we just like spoke about some languages, but I wanted to ask you a question about your like channel in general and your documentaries, icebergs especially. You like moving out of the GD in terms of your channel, and you're like doing preferably some like stuff like this, like more gaming
Yeah.
oriented. Like, why did you choose this route?
Um, I felt okay. The honest answer, I
Yeah.
felt like I was getting trapped in GD content. Like a lot of people feel. I know a lot of people who feel that way sometimes, whether it's GD content or really any, artistic vision, any artistic anything. I started to feel trapped, and so I half of it was just me being burnt out from GD at the time, because like less and less things were interesting to me. Because I think nowadays, like it's easy to. This might be biased, but I think nowadays levels just kind of come out. There's no real like, there's no flair in process with 99% of levels in the modern era anymore. And I come from a time when you could see a lot of progress and a lot of levels had very long forms. If that's making sense, I'm tired. They had very like concise stories to them individually as levels, and levels like that are just far more interesting to me by story alone than just like a level that just comes out and it's hard. And there's just not much of that anymore. At least from when I was getting burned out of the game. I'm sure there's levels like that that still exist because like verification journeys and stuff like that are stories in and of themselves. But I just felt burnt out and I felt like I just wanted to prove to myself that I could make other shit. And so the first one I made was a Mario 64 one. And then I just kept going because I enjoyed it so much because it was a breath of fresh air. And the iceberg stuff is like a format, like any other video. And I enjoyed following it. And I just started, I just started making videos on whatever I wanted to do, not caring about, GD. Because like I wanted to prove to myself that I could make the videos and that I was capable of not only GD related work, but also that I could break out of GD potentially, and it's worked pretty well so far. I would say.
Yeah. I'm glad that you choose this. I know some people in my community that like really trapped in this, like they want eventually to move out, but they like need to continue, need to like make GD content because they're like huge GD YouTubers and they need it like for profit. They need it like mostly for profit right now. To be fair, like we have monetization methods right now. I mean like for the more bigger channels. Like for mine, I don't have shit. I can't monetize my content like I really can't. I will when my podcast will like somehow rise up because I have plans to move, not to move out, but make a separate spin-off series about the gaming in general, like gaming podcasts with like several people who were in like this stuff. I actually want to podcast Montfish, the company, the studio who made Atomic Heart. If you heard about this game,
I think I have heard of the name.
yeah, it's like you saw in different reality, in alternative reality. So yeah, I want to make podcast with them in 2025, if I manage to. So getting out of GD is actually a great thing for all the people who are like in the community for a very long time. Like you said,
Yeah.
is a like it's a breath of fresh air. So yeah, and I'm actually glad that you move out.
I mean, also, totally gonna be honest here, I make more money from non-GD, but like that's not the reason I do it.
Yeah, it's
Like, I really, honestly, I didn't make that much from GD content. Honestly,
it was like
like I made enough. Like,
mhm.
let me not act like I'm ungrateful because obviously I'm very grateful. But objectively, I just made less. So there's that too.
Yeah, the but like in Russia, when we have a monetization like 2 years ago, before shit happened, we had like many people managed to survive after the uh monetization program closing in our country like 2 years ago because like what we had um when the thing with the Ukraine started, the special military operation, as we need to speak like this, yeah. So we the Google shut down the monetization program for Russia. Like people with who registered accounts in Russia will not let me rephrase it, okay? I'm like I'm a little bit stuck. So if the person in Russia watching a video, the creator will not earn from this person if he was in Russia and several CIS countries. But now, as we spoke like before the podcast, we now like shut down it completely. Now, anyone who watches creator from Russia, like any view will not count towards the monetization. So we don't have any monetization from YouTube whatsoever right now, and that's actually declined the GD popularity, especially in our country, because not many people want to make new content, new fresh. I mean, fresh people, fresh air, fresh people who wanted to make a content like me. I wanted to make a content for Geometry Dash. I had like many ideas. Like for example, did you saw like people playing with the mode Nuzlocke in GD?
I don't think I did.
Yeah, so it's like Juniper made it's before she like transferred the Pokemon Nuzlocke into GD like several years ago, and
See.
yeah, and I saw it and asked my friend coder Dr. Trigger. He was like, I was like, yo dude, let's transfer this as a mod. And like the mod created, I wanted to make a video for it and release it to the public, but I had fun and burned out because of the like, okay, I will make a video, but this is like a GD, and this chance of success of it like is a minuscule. And I was like, nah, podcasts are better because they are live and I can speak with other person. But yeah, so that's
Yeah,
why
podcasts are
I'm
definitely fun.
yeah, that's fun
I enjoy
exactly.
them.
Yeah, about the podcasts, who except RobTop, for you, what is your like a dream guest in a podcast?
That's a hard one. I mean, man, I have no idea. Cause like, this is a weird one because I don't think that exists, at least in my opinion. Like, the obvious answer is Rob Top, if we're being objective here.
Yeah,
But like, I don't know, because when I think about it, when I think about like the dream guest, I think about like the guy, like somebody who I probably is
the
super hard to
guy.
contact, super famous or was, and I would be actually nervous talking to. And there's not many people that I can think of. Like, I mean, maybe it could be a music artist, maybe it could be. That's a tough one. It wouldn't even be somebody like Viprin.
Yeah, he's a chill
Like,
dude.
I don't really. I mean, another thing is like, I think another reason is like, this is kind of diverting from your question, but I mean, I've talked to people like him, and I don't really get nervous too much. Like Rob Top, I guess, would be an exception because that's like you're never gonna get anyone bigger than him on a podcast
Yeah,
of GD. But I wish I could give you a definitive answer because I have no fucking idea.
nah,
I
that's
have
fine.
no idea.
Yeah, I was actually like what my dream guest was like someone like big, someone like Eric Van Wilderman or like
Yeah,
Viprin.
he is a pretty good guest. That's good publicity there,
Yeah,
especially if it's good.
like he enjoyed the podcast, and that's what matters actually. He like the Eric is like I will say that he is a dad of GD. Like seriously, he has like this
Yeah,
energy. No, like he is a dad in real life, so he have a son. Come on, like he like extremely chill. And I enjoyed this podcast for me is like the most enjoyable one so far. But what yours?
Again, it's super hard because the way our approach is, it's fun every time. It's like equally as fun. I do feel like we shafted some people, like UFWM. UFWM was the only episode that was completely not researched and just we winged it. And the reason it wasn't anything against him, it was just kind of because we wanted to see how good we could make something without doing any prior research to see if we could have it hold weight. And I think it was fine-ish, but it definitely could have benefited from like some slight research. I did like did a little bit, but nowhere near as much as me and Finn would do for the other people. I think the most research, one of the most fun ones is Novel Boy. That one was super fun. We literally talked for like 4.5 hours or something like that.
Yeah, I saw like
Minecraft was really good too. It's hard. I mean, I like the Kermal one. The Dim Rain one was fun. I mean, they're all fun. It's hard to really sit down and pick.
yeah, because
Picking
it's like
favorites is hard for shit like that because like there's aspects of each of them that are fun. I don't think any of them got really stale. I mean, the first like two are a little rough around the edges, but that was because it was the first two. I mean, especially having somebody like Zoink on, who let's be honest, he was totally got on just for like good promotional material and just because he was popular, but also because like it is interesting. But like that was the first one. I think it went decent. A lot of it was just like very all over the place. And if you've seen it and seen new episodes from my podcast, then you'll realize how primitive even the overlay was.
yeah.
And like a lot of people that flocked from people like Zoink and everyone else giving it publicity, um, it was like interesting. And I mean, a lot of the times there'll be episodes like there's a joke that's going on with the podcast right now where like every episode has something happen. And we finally broke that streak with Xylem Ox. Finally.
Nothing happened?
Because we were using yeah, I mean like nothing technically wrong happened, like behind the scenes. So we use a program called Video Ninja. I don't know if no, you're not using it. Basically what Video Ninja does is it is like an online audio hub that everybody from the Discord call connects to, and they connect their mic to it. And what it does is it makes it so that all of the audio tracks of every individual person is individualized, if that makes sense. So like
Oh,
everyone gets their own audio track, and so that's how for a lot of the episodes everybody had their own like waveform.
I
That's how
get.
everybody had their own.
I was like thinking about how I make like different waveform if I had like more than two guests.
Mhm.
Dude, you are a
And
saver.
I know what you're
Thank you.
doing. You know what you're doing? You're using the waveform plugin on OBS, and you're just putting desktop audio on your mic. That's got to be what you're doing, and it works, man.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like it's perfectly fine. And I would do that too, but like 3, 4 people on it just doesn't work. But what was happening with Video Ninja is it wasn't actually a fault with them. It was a fault with my OBS. Like sometimes I'll get like a cosmic ray or some shit, and the audio will just turn into like static and like.
Yeah, I have like
And
I have problem with
sometimes I'll
my
just have to fix it.
yeah I have my problem with
Yeah.
the OBS too. Like it like
Yeah, like I don't know why.
I don't know either. Like how it's happening. It like happens on my streams. It like happens for like several seconds. On like
Yeah, for us it
once.
happens for like 20 seconds, 30 seconds until either I figure out how to fix it or we just say fuck Video Ninja, we'll just use the Discord audio from my desktop.
No. No. It's like for me. It's like happening for several seconds, and that's it. Like full stream, and it was
That might
consistent.
be That sounds like so wait, is it your mic specifically or is it the desktop audio or both?
Desktop audio. Yes, it's like the
Um,
person who
Or maybe
like
some like audio driver issue or something. I don't know. It's
maybe.
hard to say. If it was your mic, it might have been something electromagnetically. This is nerdy, but it could be some. I don't know. It's hard to diagnose stuff like that,
Yeah,
especially when you like don't know what the fuck is going on.
but like it was happening for several seconds, once on the stream, and I'm not bothering much. It is like not that of a big deal. It's like like not your type of deal when it's like fucked up completely for several seconds, like 20-30 seconds as you've said. So yeah.
I've actually worried about that when pre-recording podcast episodes, because there's some people, there's some future guests for ours who would prefer to have it pre-recorded as opposed to it being live streamed. And when we do that, I'm just gonna not use Video Ninja at all, because if we get some audio issue like that and we have no idea, it could just ruin the fucking like half the whole episode. So I'm not even gonna risk that.
Yeah.
I have no consistent way to like fix it on the spot if we're recording it, because like no one can hear the playback. So. And but it'll be fine.
By the way, who was this guest? If it's not a secret.
Well, actually, it's not even confirmed yet. I'm not. Well, he's down, but I don't have the dates confirmed. I mean, I could tell you people that like, I could just tell you, but I don't know. I say it sometimes in some places, but I mean, it's like a fairly heavy backlog of people. Like September is pretty booked, but yeah, I mean, we got a couple people. I just haven't negotiated anything yet, because they're like, oh, I'm busy this week or this week. Contact me in September or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I can give you like a couple. I mean, I know Sandstorm agreed and wants to do it at some point. I'm just gonna fucking whatever. I don't even care. I'm just gonna leak it all. Hope nobody listens to this. I know Absolute is gonna come on at some point. I know Trust is gonna come on. EVW at some point. Just people like that. I mean, nothing is really planned, but I also just naturally have the advantage of being old and just knowing like a bunch of people, and not even saying that in like an arrogant way. Like, it's just nice. But
yeah.
I mean, that's so far the idea is all the people that I mentioned have already agreed and thought it would be fun. Just haven't scheduled anything. I will tell you. Do you want to hear people who have declined?
Yes, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Okay, so the first person to decline was C.
Oh, damn.
But he'll probably come on eventually, because he didn't decline because he wasn't interested. He declined because I guess I should have just talked to him more. He was like, he figured it would have been like strictly GD, and he was like, oh, I'm just too out of touch. I don't know. The second person to decline was Sputniks. No particular reason. He was just like, nah. Nepesta declined too, but for a good reason. I don't blame him. If I remember right, I think he said like, I think someone else told me. I think he said like he just doesn't want to talk about himself, which I get. Not everyone wants to, so I'm fine with it. It's fine. I can't really name other people who declined. It's not a lot, honestly. It's because like this is such like a new and niche thing, where to the point where people are just like, yeah, sure, that sounds fun.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't think of other people at the top of my head. There probably is someone, but I'd really have to like sit down and think about it.
About the sea, yeah. About the sea is like a valid reason. But Pesta like ghosted me. I like actually how
He's just not. He just doesn't respond all the time.
Yeah.
That's normal.
No, I'm not blaming him. Like, I'm doing this stuff too, so I can relate. But I like how I even reached him. Like, I was on the stream, watching.
Oh yeah,
like,
right. Smithy also declined. Yeah.
Oh, Smithy too. Oh, that's.
Yeah, I mean Smithy. I think they just said like, oh, like I just don't. This is like weird. I'm like, I don't know. So, it's like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, many people wanted Smithy in my podcast. When I did a poll.
I hope they do it. I don't think they will, just because like, as they like implied, they just don't really fit out for like a podcast. It's just like not something they really want to do. I hope they do it though. It'd be cool. But this is also months ago, so maybe eventually they'll change their opinion.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen if that's the case.
And like it is actually interesting thing about our podcasts. I'm gathering people that can be locally popular, like someone like Geometrical. He's not that popular guy, but he like really fun to speak with, and like something like this. You are picking a really star guests. No, I'm not like
Well, my
complaining, but yeah.
the strategy for our podcast as well, I have a different approach initially. I want to get it to have like a semi loyal following, and just grow the channel a lot, and then get niche people. So the original idea with the guest flow was like get someone really well known and then get somebody niche, and then get somebody really well known, and then just cycle over and over. But we stopped doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of people who I want to get on who are very niche,
Like
but I have to wait until people would actually care because it's the podcast and not because
the
which
person.
it makes it's hard. I mean, it's just niche people,
Yeah.
but it's hard because like obviously people are watching for the person
I
more often
yeah.
than me, which is something I signed up for. So I'm not mad about it.
I'm doing like for these
But
two.
I just
Yeah.
want to get some stability first.
That's actually a great strategy. But I'm
Yeah,
doing
you can't
podcast.
think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
think about that.
yeah. Like I'm doing podcast because I want to. Like I don't care about the guest. I don't care about the views. I want this, and I want to speak with person. I want to like archive. Maybe he will tell something new about him. Like, did you know the Extrula, the Robtop reached Extrula, and wanted to commission him a song to like.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, to like
I think I saw that.
yeah, something like this. Like it was it's nowhere to be seen before information from the people. And I love be the person who have this stuff like archived on the stream.
You mean like the person breaking the story, like a journalist?
Maybe kinda yes. I don't know. It's like my podcast is more like journalistic approach. Yeah, it's more like
Yeah, we have that too. I mean it's prideful to be the person to be like, oh, by the way, on my podcast, this said this.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, but like, yeah. I mean, I should also clarify, like, I don't want to take 100% of the credit either. Finn is a big help. Finn and Ice Cave. Granted, Ice Cave has not done much in a long time, but both of them have not only paid in exposure to help with the podcast, but I'm also not the one who gets all the guests. Finn asks people. Finn was the one who got Zoink, for example. So, I mean, it goes in both ends. Finn was the one who got Kermal, but that was because I didn't have him added on my new Discord, but he got Kermal. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
I think he got King Samalot. He was the one who got Pause, I believe. So I mean, this is a joint effort. I don't want to come on here and like say that I did all the work. I do a lot of the work, but not all of it.
Yeah. By the way, about like the guests in general, and the podcasts in future, did you consider like rebranding or making something like fresh and new?
I thought about changing the format a little bit, but like not formatically, if that's not a word. Not like, not fundamentally.
Oh,
I wanted to change. I thought about changing some of the thumbnails and stuff like that, but nothing really beyond that. Finn and I want to do an in-person episode, but that's pretty far out in the future. I've actually. You mentioned that you just like podcasting.
yeah.
I'm trying to start doing it in person with my friend and my dining room and stuff. I haven't uploaded any episodes anywhere, but it's just like any other podcast ever. That any YouTuber or comedian makes that has like no budget. People just sitting in their living room holding mics just talking about like whatever the fuck is new for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, but like about the podcast in person, I'm investing in this
Oh,
shit.
your audio.
Oh,
Your
what?
audio broke.
Yeah. It is like normal now, guys. The gmdblue curse. Actually, yeah.
Has this happened on any other episode in the past? few
Yeah,
months?
it's like this. It is like this thing that happens once in a stream, consistently. Yes, it
Only
happened
once?
again. Yeah, it was
Is it like every? Is it like every hour?
I don't know. I don't know. It's like
Because-
randomly happens.
Because an hour exactly just passed.
Yeah,
So
I
it
see.
could it could be that for some weird reason.
Yeah,
If you go back to your other VODs and go to the hour mark and it happens, maybe you figured out some weird pattern.
maybe, but it was like, yeah, it was like 40 minutes to 1 hour, something like this. Yeah, I need to like figure it out for the third season that will start eventually. I took a little break and started like with. Wait, who will be my first guest in the September? It is like that Jake, yeah. Like Jake and
Nice.
some
Yeah, whatever. He has like a fucking million names. Yeah.
Okay, so the audio fixed itself. Like the cosmic ray again strike on my computer. So I wanted to make podcast in person, and I'm investing in this shit. I have I will flew to the guest myself, and it will cost
Lot of
me
money.
like $2,000, maybe. Yeah, $2,000 will be cost because I will
Are you
rent.
building a set?
Yeah,
Nice.
no, not the set, but I'm like it have like really cool pre-ordered one. It's costly, but it is like really great in terms of visuals, and I need to speak with the company who did the set to make it like live. It will cost extra, but it will be worth it. Like the professional 4K stream, it will be like a fucking worth it.
You're gonna have someone in the back like swapping the camera angles and
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
looking shit up?
of course. It will be like a general like people who
Yeah.
like two cameramans, one person who on the pult. I know it's a DJ. I don't remember how. Like you know what I mean, okay? Like who on the pult
Yeah.
and switching to the
I mean,
scenes on the OBS.
Doesn't only one person sit there and swap camera scenes? Because I know that like I know people like Joe Rogan. Like I know he has only one person and it's Jamie. But like again, you have to be very sophisticated and witty to be able to sit there and just like when they bring something up, just instantly look it up and just
Yeah.
immediately give you like a clarification. But
Yeah, they are professionals.
I mean-
Yeah, so they can do this. They actually have a option to edit your video, like to edit your podcast.
nice.
So they know how to do this, but it will be like on. We actually, if I do this podcast like in person with Decody, it's like one of the biggest Russian YouTubers right now. It is actually will be in terms of like cameras and stuff. And people, it will be actually great. I'm hoping that in like in winter we'll manage to do this, but it will be actually the first professional podcast in person, and I want to be like.
I'm looking some stuff up that says that YouTube is like shut down in Russia. Is that true or is it just the monetization?
Actually, not the shutdown, but they're slowing down dramatically. Yeah. They're slowing down YouTube dramatically, and
Or both what you say because you're over there.
yeah, yes, and I'm actually using like Goodbye DPI. It's like spoofing the DPI packets, like, and we bypassing this easily. But the providers of the internet in our country are increasing the speed themselves for the YouTube. So it is not a big deal. it may be actually things with like the government said, like with the technical issues, but like it was struck right now suddenly. Don't actually believe, but okay, it will. It if it was true, it was true. We can't like see. We can like prove it. So, but yeah, we have like a dramatically slow down YouTube. But if you have VPN, some sort of like, it will be actually a great integration for a VPN service, but it's like forbidden for the law in my country to promote them. So I can't. Yikes.
Nice. Man, Russian culture is so interesting. It's interesting talking to like somebody who's actually in Russia about it, because like when I view the GD community in Russia, to me it seems like I'm just gonna be painfully honest. To me, it seems like it's like a hive mind, and like it feels like the culture bleeds into their GD community too, from what I can tell. Not to like start a war with Russians, but like from somebody in the West, that's what it seems like to me. It seems like it has a follower culture. I know Russian history has been that way with people like Putin and stuff, but I find it pretty fascinating.
Yeah, we actually like, yeah, I'm completely agree with your statement because like,
Yeah, I just want to know if I'm wrong as a Russian.
No, I will say that yes, we have, especially like from the person like Vernon, because he like staples himself as a like the some sort of leader of the Russian community.
Right.
Yeah, and for like to be honest, like I will sound like some sort of like the attorney of the devil, yeah, but he is actually not a like bad guy. He likes like some bullshit.
He strikes me as somebody who has like MPD, multi-personality disorder.
Yeah,
Something.
actually,
He has something.
yeah, he had.
There's something going on.
I will not tell how and how and in particular because like it is like invasion in the his personal life, but he had something like
Yeah,
this.
something. I mean, yeah, that much is obvious.
Yeah, and like he have like RKGD. I will say like in my in my language without any like yeah. RKGD is like the largest Discord server for the Russian community, and the plans for it are actually fascinating. It's like, to be fair, it's extremely better than the official server of Geometry Dash because of the things that are coming and already in the server. For example, he and other people like really respected creators of this game from Russia and from other countries, like someone like Blee, are making a free videos, free video guides about the creating, about the like general stuff, like how to compose, how to like color theory, how to make gameplays, etc., etc. Like it's like when you read the official guide for the Geometry Dash, yes, you can watch this videos and get way better in the GT creating if you want to. So it's like actually an extremely great idea for the pushing the creation in our community to the like to the masses and raising a new creators, like incubating them, maybe yes. But yeah, and actually about the follower culture, we have this. I don't know if it's an issue or not, but yes, it's like we have it like since forever, since our community formed, because our community formed like in 1.9ish in VK, Contacte.
Yep.
So
VK.
yeah, in VK like groups, and I remember how I managed to like completely broke a one VK group. One of the largest one in the like a little war between different VK groups. I managed to like break it, and it's like inactive right now. And VK is inactive right now in terms of like stuff we making. Like no one using VK in our community anymore. In terms of to see news, to speak with others, we are using Telegram and Discord right now.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it's the same reason Koreans probably don't use Naver anymore for GD because they have Discord.
Yeah, Discord like is how shitty it was, but come on, it's like never seen before messaging app. That's
Yeah,
actually
Telegram is good because all of it's encrypted, right?
not so encrypted, but it is like it's like for seeing news. It is like extremely good. Like I'm serious because it like have a channels thing. You can join the channel and see posts that admins of this channel are posting, and you can comment on these posts like in Twitter. But you can't post anything here. Like you are watching like somewhat exterior like or somewhat popular Twitter account here. So, but it's like independent, and you like can join, see their news individually. It not have like a never-ending scroll. So you need to join.
Like
Need
all
to
social media.
yeah, like on all social media because it's like a messaging app, but it's like becoming
Yeah.
into the super app, I guess. It's like having heavily encryption, heavily integration with crypto right now. It actually have like a new button that directly getting you into your crypto. Into your crypto stuff, like how many,
Yeah, just log in with whatever. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, well that's why we like choose Telegram. It's like far more intuitive, I guess, and it's not like a cluttered mess like VK. So we are transferred here.
I know. I think isn't Telegram getting like? I think that didn't the Telegram CEO get arrested at an airport in France for like nothing, right?
Not the nothing.
Something like that. Not nothing, but something.
Yeah, he was like they partially he partially unarrested him. Like he was free right now, some sort. But yeah, he was arrested. Like the arrest order was like made like 5 minutes before he landed in the France. So that's actually funny.
That is funny.
But yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think people over here are trying to start regulating Telegram because of its encryptedness that it has. Whether it's for buying stuff or saying stuff or orchestrating stuff, the government doesn't like that.
Yeah, any government
They
doesn't like that.
want to pry into your personal life,
Yeah.
whether you're a law-abiding citizen or a criminal.
Yeah. But if they do, they do. I don't really care. So, like, it is the
But yeah,
government.
what am I gonna do about it? Like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do?
Okay. So back to the general topics. You've said about the research, and I was thinking about like how much did you research for the person you are podcasting with, and like it is what before podcast or like way before?
Like a day in advance.
Yeah. Okay.
It also just depends on who it is because, again, like a lot of the people I already know, right?
Like Riot.
And so like some of the research is already done because I know them. But I mean, there's times I think the most research we ever did on somebody was like, I don't know, Dim Rain was a lot. not even that much, but Dim Rain was a decent bid. It's hard to think because I've known Mindcap since 2017.
Damn.
So it's like I've known Riot since 2017. I've known, I've known
Noble
Noise
Boy.
since 2017. I've known Wooshi since 2017. I've known Sonic since 2017.
Oh
I've
my.
known Bold Step since 2017. Yeah. You're noticing a
Like,
pattern.
yeah. I'm understanding this. Yeah.
Noble Boy 2017.
Goddamn.
People like Zender Game 2020, so 4 years. I knew of people like Paco, but I didn't start talking to them until fairly recently. I didn't know Zoink. I didn't know Trick. I knew Kolok. I knew Tech. I've known Tech since 2018. I knew Colin, but I never really spoke to him. I knew
Before the
Kramal, never
podcast,
really
yeah.
spoke to him. I've known Wooshi since 2017.
Yeah, you said that.
Oh, did I? Yeah. I've known
Yeah.
Xylonox since 2018. Localizer and Found My Ball since 2017. Stormfly, never got really close to him, but I knew of him. I've known him for a long time too. So I mean, it's just like a lot of it's already done in my head because I've been around for a while and know stuff and remember weird things only someone like me would remember. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think there's some people where like we really had to try. I mean, I can just go look at the pinned messages and see which one's the longest. They're all fairly long, but like, yeah, I don't know. Good question. I did a fair amount of research for Dim Rain, but that was just because like that was like different, and I wanted to keep the conversation lively and have it flow nicely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not be so surface level with what I talk about either. Like obviously if you get somebody like Noble Boy on, the conversation's inevitably going to lead to like Orochi. But I don't like talking about GD for the whole hour or 2 or 3. That I like GD, but not that much.
Yeah, that's boring because yeah.
That's boring as shit.
That's why I love to like switch topics, especially like with some person like you, because like you are kind of diverse in some sort. Yeah.
Thanks. I would hope so. Hope so a little bit, right?
Yeah. And oh, by the way, while you're searching, like I managed to get DJ Nate finally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't. He like wrote me like in Twitter. I wrote him on Twitter because he have like an open DMs.
That's how I got Dim Rain. It was that easy.
Yeah.
It was literally as easy as, hey, do you want to,
Yeah. Actually,
I always find that funny. Like, I always just find it like kind of interesting where you'll see, like, we'll make the announcement and there's always people like, what? How did he get it? It's like, it wasn't that hard.
I
don't know. That's just something I'm used to from like having such a wide range of connections to where like I'm used to it. But like it's easy for me to say that while there are people in the community who have no connections and it really is difficult. Like if I jumped into another community right now, I wouldn't know anybody.
Actually, that's what happens with my podcast, like in Geometrical podcast, like when I was first started in the English side of community, because like how did I reach the Extrula? I just DM'd
Twitter
him.
probably.
No. I just DM'd him because he was in a Cherry Discord server.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, and I was like, dude. Well, I was like provided him with information, like the copy paste I have for the guest to invite them.
I mean, like, yeah, it just depends on who it is.
Yeah, and he was
Most
like,
people
sure.
are pretty easy to contact.
Yeah, and I was actually so nervous with him because like it was like my first podcast in a foreign language. He was like a prominent member of the community, like the legendary one. Everyone knows him, like the new gens or old gens, everyone knows him. and I was like, shit,
Yeah.
it's actually happening. What? What the fuck is going on? But I managed to stay strong somehow.
I
And-
mean, the thing is, as well, is the more people you talk to, the less nervous you get because you get used to it. Like, I remember, if this is comforting at all, I remember when I first started talking to Riot, I was so we played PUBG. This is back when PUBG was the thing. That's where I met him, on PUBG. Not on PUBG, but that's where I like met him as like a friend.
Oh,
Because I think I was playing with someone else who was playing with him, and then we added each other on Discord and just played like duos. And like I was like 16, and he was like 20 or something. So, and like I was so nervous the first time because I still had that kid energy in me, where like I saw people as like, holy shit. So like I can remember playing PUBG and just being fucking nervous like the whole time because it's like, holy shit, I'm playing with Riot. But when you get older, it's like, yeah,
how old are
and
you?
22.
Yeah, but how old
Actually,
am
okay,
I?
Riot was 19 at the time.
Oh yeah, but still, yeah, I will freak out too. Like, this is like, of course it is like. By the way,
I mean, Riot would hate that. If you like fanboyed him, he would be like, dude, just fucking talk to me.
yeah, fanboying is like, actually,
I
I
think
hate
being
this.
nervous is different
Yeah,
from fanboying.
I'm actually, yeah, like after the podcast, I remember like we spoke for 4 hours in text with Extrula, like just speaking about different topics. He like a really chill dude, and it was like a really great conversation. We like spoke about like different shit. So yeah, it's like just be cool with the person. Like right now, if Robtop like sit here right in front of me, I will not be nervous whatsoever. I will just speak with him like with the person.
Well, that's not true. You'll be a little nervous. Come on, you'll have some
Okay,
butterflies
okay,
in there.
yeah, a little nervous because come on, this stream will gather some butt shit of like people like something like
I mean,
thousand
it'll gather
thousand.
a lot of people, but if it's at the time that it is right now, it'll
Yeah,
only be Europeans.
yeah,
I feel like the West is like a huge chunk of the community.
uh,
Like, I don't know, a lot of people.
yeah, yes, it's actually true. Many people like I guess the Russian and CIS community is one of the largest community, maybe one of the largest communities of the GD, and they're like European in the European scale. So yeah, you like totally right.
I mean, it feels like that. If this aired at like a midday time where I lived, more people would be here because I'm the guest. Probably I'd ride. But
Yeah, but they will.
I understand why you didn't do that, so it's nothing. It's like not. It's fine.
Yeah, well, that's proving my point. I'm not chasing the views. I'm just want the person to like speak and archive this conversation for like for future, maybe for future research. Who knows?
I think views are like an important aspect of it, in terms of growth. Like that's why we're doing more known people, whether it's people like Xylonox who've already quit the game and stuff like that. But I mean, I think if I really cared about that, I would get reoccurring people back on, really reoccurring already, which we will do. Zoink and Mindcap and some other people, Riot. Eventually, they're gonna get a second. They're gonna come on again. But I think you're right. I respect you for that. I respect that you don't care about the views like at all, because I don't either. But I do only because I think it's an important aspect for growing the podcast,
Yeah.
and not because the person just happens to be popular.
Yeah. Actually true. But Emoji said what was Extrulo doing in a Cherry Discord server? We wanted to commission him a song, but it was like flopped and he left. But yeah, speaking as a staff of this team, so yeah.
Yeah, that's
But by the way, about the cherry, yeah, about the cherry, want to know about some things about this team.
I know a good chunk, but go for it. Let's hear it.
So as I mentioned before, I am a current staff of this team. So
Right.
yeah, and I'd say that this team is like a really local one, and I'm enjoying time here. People are here like really fun to speak in voices. We have like large voices every day, like 5, 10, 15 people even. So we have like we have a bonding in our team. So it's not like people like we just invited people to be here and doing stuff for us, like soulless slobs. We do. I'm actually like, this take is so fucking frustrating me because why it's not a soulless things, but we we actually have like this bonding in the team, and I love this. When I first joined the cherry team, I was like, okay, fine, I guess I'll be here. But then I formed a bonding with many people here. And we were like speaking in voices like every time, and I love this in teams like this. We're not like a corporate slaves of the Vernum. We're just like people, but
Yeah.
yeah, just making collabs of him. But and by the way, not him like hosting podcast or not podcast collabs right now. We have like different hosts in our team. Like our team is fucking huge, so we have like many collabs that hosts not by him, but many other people. So it's like more diverse. So yeah, I'd say that. But it's like a very controversial team nonetheless, like objectively speaking. Like
Yeah, their leader is or has been all over the place in the past couple of years.
Yeah, that's why people are hating Cherry Team because of the Venom. Like 90% of people in, especially on Twitter.
I mean, like, I've done that in the past, but like also in hindsight, a lot of it's just dick writing. Like dick writing an opinion that's just kind of baseless. And this is like in defense for hating him. But at the same time, I can't disagree with certain people and why they hate them, but I think at the same time, I think a lot of the people at the time saw that and were just like, "Oh, well, fuck this guy." But like a lot of people just don't really understand what's happening internally. Cause like, I mean, it's easy for someone to be like, "Fuck Cherry Team" and have never stepped foot in there and only heard things.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I'm sure, and yeah, Vernon has done weird shit and done questionable things and had questionable behavior. But I mean, I don't think he's like a dictator in there.
No, 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 no.
I think he's just done stupid shit and got reprimanded for it, and that's it.
Yeah. He's actually quite the opposite of the dictator. He was like bonding our community right now. Seriously, without him, our community will be like in shambles. Like seriously, like without him, our Russian community will not be formed as it is right now. Like seriously, not people will get their popularity. Like many like some of the YouTubers right now, big YouTubers uh of the Geometrical Russian community, they are like friends with Vernam and or people who like Vernam like in terms of their content, and he promoted them just for free. Like yeah, he doing and did some shit, but actually it's like a, I don't know, anti-hero of the story maybe. So yeah, I'd say
Yeah,
that.
makes sense.
Yeah, but I disagree with many of his opinions, by the way. Not degrading him whatsoever. I confronted him many times and spoke with him, so I I know how work with the this guy, but yeah. But we're not like a friends. We're just like a colleagues. So yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. I gotta go soon. I think I have like 20 minutes or something.
Um,
15.
if you want to
Just
like,
because I gotta eat and stuff.
oh yeah, I'm not ate
Hungry as
anything. Like
hell.
I just woke up. Come on. Uh, we can like finish it here. Or you want to like speak?
Yeah, we can just finish it. It's fine. I mean, I could just come on again later, right?
Of course, I'm like up to like getting people again on my podcast as I did with Konsi. He was like he been here 2 times, so I'm like open for it. So yeah. And actually, before we go, I have like a thing in my mind I wanted to propose to you. It is like it's like a silly thing because we are like some sort of rivals in terms of these because of our guests and such. I wanted to make some event like some like podcast clash where like we confront each other like two different like as this stream says two sides of the same coin, like to see something like what people like to and just just have fun in this like jumps, make some sort of debate like thing.
I'll have to see what I can do. I'm super tired. If I'm out of it, I apologize, but
No, that's fine. Yeah, but like
I just haven't done anything.
no, this is like not right here right now, like in like
No, yeah, I know, I hear you.
it's just like in several months that's be fine, but we can actually speak about this and I guess it will be like just a fun spin-off of the series for Dasher's podcast and mine. And I can set up scene like this, like in my streams, so it will be like and fun to watch too. So yeah, it's like we can do stuff with this. I had like this in mind since I discovered that you've made the podcast. So finally, I've said this in camera to like to propose you like here. So, but yeah, we can like speak about this in some time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very busy right now.
Oh, that's completely fair. Like,
I'm very busy. Yeah.
yeah, but if you had time, but I'm like, if you're really busy and had time for me, I'm on it.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is also the middle of the night for me. This is just a break from me just working on something else.
Yeah, and I'm glad that I've been the guy who like provide this break you this break. And actually, I find it fascinating that like 80% of people that been here, there was their first podcast in years or first podcast in general, and I'm like honored to be like for Extruller, it was his first podcast, so I'm like I was like, wow, I was his first time. So yeah.
I mean, this is my first time going on one, I guess. I'm used to like hosting them, but
not going to them. Yeah, same here. But that's why I want something like that, because I want to be on the place of a guest too. So yeah, but I'm not popular whatsoever. Or we don't have like podcasts in Russia, in Russian community. I'm like the monopolist in this game. So like you in yours. So
yeah, that makes sense.
so I will be really glad to negotiate about this. My idea.
I mean, sometimes it does feel like I corner the market, like Finn and I. Sometimes it does feel like we corner the market, but there's not a market for this. And like that's just arrogant to say.
Yeah.
Like, how could we corner a market if our podcast is like literally one of the only ones that exist in GD?
But oops.
I wish there were more of them. I wish there were more.
Yeah.
But there's just not.
Emoji, by the way,
I wish there were. But...
emoji. I phrase it like this just for joke. Please don't get this out of the context. But okay, so we need to finish this because of you busy and I need to like go to eat something. I'm starving to death.
Yeah, I gotta eat.
So yeah, thank you for coming actually, and thank you for concluding the this season.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So
it's a change of pace for me.
Yeah, and I'm hoping for I'm looking for the next podcast. So, by the way, and one more thing I need to say before you go. The Dasher podcast actually with this format is fun to watch on stream, but not on the tape, like or not like after the stream. I don't
Like
want
my
to watch
podcast or my podcast in this form.
like your podcast, like the Dasher podcast. Like I don't want to listen to the 4 hour long podcast with Riot. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've listened this like
That's
in
fair,
several.
it's long as shit.
Yeah, so like that's why I'm doing my podcast like 1 hour and 30 to 2 hours, like to make
More digestible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is actually one.
I mean, I
hour,
get it.
Yeah. 1 hour and 30 minutes. So
The
yeah.
longest one. What's your longest one actually?
My longest one. I need to see this. One second, please. My longest one is. Oof. My longest one is with Extrula. Yeah, it was Extrula. The second one is only.
How long was it?
150. 1 hour and 50.
Hour 50?
Yeah, the next one is like with Geometrical, 1 hour and 49 minutes. The third one is the only link 1 hour and 46 minutes.
You know
Yeah.
what's crazy about that? Like the craziest thing about that is like even Stormfly, which is the one we did a week ago, is 3 hours. And fun fact, when we were doing the Stormfly one, my internet went out 38 minutes in. So we just completely scrapped it and just restarted entirely. So it's actually supposed to be like 3 hours 40 minutes.
Oh.
The Novel Boy one though, like that's unmatched. That's like psychotic levels of long. It's like 4.5.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
Those
it will
short
be
ones are like
it will be like really great to cut down something, cut and make a video from it, like you did. Highlights, I saw that, and it is actually a great idea. I'm stealing this, if you don't mind.
I stole it, so go for it.
Oh, okay.
It's not
So
my
yeah,
idea.
if you stole, I can steal.
I mean,
so,
like
yeah.
honestly, the podcasts are not original.
Yeah.
It is like the oldest profession in human history. We just happen to be able to record it now. Like that's the thing.
Wait, Itsukiba is the longest one? Wait, it is!
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I forgot about Itsukiba. Yeah, it's like the longest one right now. So yeah, okay. So we
Makes
need
sense.
we need to go. So yeah, thank you for coming again. I
Thanks,
hope
man.
I see you soon and waiting for the news. New.
I
podcast.
hope I do something this weekend. I haven't. Nothing's planned. My Finn and I's podcast. We don't even have anything planned for this weekend, so I'm last minuting that shit for Sunday. But,
Oh yeah.
this is fun. I'm pretty hungry, to be honest.
Me too. I need to
So I
eat
need to get something
something.
to eat, I think.
Okay, so bye. So thank you for coming.
Bye-bye.
And everyone who be here, goodbye and see you in the third